Hello everyone, and welcome to our presentation on combating maternal mortality. We are Team 2, the Number Ninjas. I'm glad you could join us today. The problem. Maternal mortality rates in the United States have exhibited an upward trend since 2000. The United States has a higher maternal mortality rate compared to other wealthy nations, which indicates the potential gaps in healthcare practices and accessibility. Virginia in particular ranks 18th out of 50 states in maternal mortality rate, which suggests there's room for improvement and there's a need to address this issue for the Commonwealth. And maybe what's most concerning of all is that a significant proportion of maternal mortality cases are preventable with proper interventions and care. Our group has decided that our recommendation would be to encourage Virginia to participate in the Interstate Medical Licensure Compact, IMLC. This would enhance the recruitment and retention of physicians within the Commonwealth, thereby expanding access to skilled and affordable healthcare providers. Enhancing healthcare access can possibly reduce maternal mortality rates, which is why it's so important to implement solutions like the IMLC. In rural regions in particular, there's often a shortage of experienced physicians. Expanding telehealth services can help bridge this gap and increase the availability of qualified healthcare professionals in these areas. Therefore, by joining the IMLC, Virginia can attract and retain a larger pool of physicians, ultimately improving access to high-quality medical care for all of its residents, including expectant mothers. Now we will dive into our process and give some insight on how we came to our recommendation. Here we completed a correlation coefficient matrix for selected variables from the Health Opportunity Index dataset, including access to care, affordability, and other categories. Using this, we visualized a heat map of the correlation matrix, looking for potential relationships and patterns among the selected variables. And one key area to hone in on is access to care and wellness disparity profile, being 0.71. Next in our process, we performed a principal component analysis on the dataset to reduce dimensionality and identify other underlying patterns or structures. We created and analyzed the scatter plot on the right to explore potential trends, clusters, or patterns in the principal component space and relate these back to the original variables. We found that the reduced dimensional representation using PC1 and PC2 captures approximately half of the information from the original data. The Health Opportunity Index has a significant inverse relationship with PC1, while employment accessibility has a positive relationship with PC2. And finally, we created a scatter plot with k-means clustering to examine the relationship between income inequality and Health Opportunity Index, identifying potential groupings within this data. As you can see, there's an upward trend. As Health Opportunity Index is greater, so is income inequality. Now, our value proposition. Address maternal mortality rates in Virginia by leveraging data-driven insights, enhancing healthcare access, and providing targeted interventions in high-risk areas. Increase the availability of qualified healthcare professionals in rural areas by promoting telehealth initiatives, thereby improving healthcare accessibility for expectant mothers. Joining the IMLC to attract and retain skilled medical professionals, contributing to better healthcare access and improved maternal health outcomes. prioritize the implementation of preventable measures and evidence-based practices to reduce the occurrence of avoidable maternal mortality cases. Finally, what value does this bring to the community and the Commonwealth? As for the IMLC, facilitates the movement of healthcare professionals across state borders, expands the availability of medical services for residents, simplifies access to medical attention in impoverished and underserved areas. It also helps to streamline the licensing procedure, leading to cost savings and reducing administrative burdens for physicians and state licensing boards. As for telehealth, telehealth broadens the availability of qualified medical professionals and helps to facilitate easier access to physicians for treatable conditions that could contribute to maternal mortality.